At the close of the Old Testament, and before 400 years of silence of prophets between the testaments, Malachi foretells the coming of two messengers. In Malachi 3:1-6 we read, "Behold, I am going to send my messenger, and he will clear the way before me, and the Lord, whom you seek, will suddenly come to his temple. And the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight, behold, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts. But who can endure the day of his coming? And who can stand when he appears? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. And he will sit as a smelter and purifier of silver, and he will purify the sons of Levi, and refine them like gold and silver, so that they may present to the Lord offerings in righteousness. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to the Lord, as in the days of old and as in former years. Then I will draw near to you for judgment. And I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against those who swear falsely, and against those who oppress the wage earner in his wages, the widow and the orphan, and those who turn aside the alien, and do not fear me, says the Lord of hosts. For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore you, O sons of Jacob, are not consumed." In Malachi 3:1, the first God's messenger will prepare the way for the Messiah, and the second will be the Messiah himself, the messenger of the covenant. We know this is true because in Matthew 11:10-12 Jesus quotes this very verse and says it referred to John the Baptist. "This is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, who shall prepare thy way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women there hath not arisen a greater than John the Baptist. Yet he that is but little in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he." In Malachi 4:5, the first messenger is called Elijah, whom Jesus identifies as John the Baptist, because he, as Gabriel told John's father Zacharias in Luke 1:17, came in the spirit and power of Elijah. Speaking of the coming of the Messiah in 3:2, Malachi says, "But who can endure the day of his coming? And who can stand when he appears? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap." Refiner's fire and fuller's soap refer to the cleansing from impurities that Old Covenant Israel will undergo at the Messiah's judgment of the nation. Refining fire is a metallurgical term describing the smelting of impurities from metal. A fuller is one who cleaned and thickened freshly woven, usually woolen cloth. The process involved cleaning, bleaching, wetting, and beating the fibers to a consistent and desirable condition. Fuller's soap was an alkali made from plant ashes, which was used to clean and full new cloth. Since fullers required plenty of running water and the natural substances described, a fuller's field was a place where all were available for the fullers to conduct their profession. In 3:3 Malachi said, "And he will sit as a smelter and purifier of silver, and he will purify the sons of Levi, and refine them like gold and silver, so that they may present to the Lord offerings in righteousness." In verse 4, Malachi describes the result the Messiah will have on Old Covenant Israel. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to the Lord, as in the days of old and as in former years. So a renewed Israel will be produced. At the same time, verse 5, God says, "Then I will draw near to you for judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against those who swear falsely, and against those who oppress the wage earner in his wages, the widow and the orphan, and those who turn aside the alien, and do not fear me, says the Lord of hosts." These words describe God's judgment on those of Israel who will not be refined and cleansed from their impurities. In Malachi 4:1-6, the prophet continues, "For behold, the day is coming, burning like a furnace, and all the arrogant and every evildoer will be chaff. And the day that is coming will set them ablaze, says the Lord of hosts, so that it will leave them neither root nor branch. But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness will rise with healing in its wings. And you will go forth and skip about like calves from the stall. And you will tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet on the day which I am preparing, says the Lord of hosts. Remember the law of Moses my servant, even the statutes and ordinances which I commanded him in Horeb, for all Israel. Behold, I am going to send you Elijah the prophet, before the coming of the great and terrible day of the Lord. And he will restore the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the land with a curse.